If you're looking for a place where you can live near the lake, avoid sky-high utility bills, and still afford your first home, let me introduce you to a city most people overlook until they realize what it offers. Welcome back to another episode of Rooted in Redding. I'm Faith Barrett, your local guide to everything here in Redding, California. If you're thinking of moving here, curious about different towns in Shasta County, or just love to discover new corners of California, go ahead and subscribe because today's episode is all about a place that often flies under the radar, which is Shasta Lake City. Now, here's the backstory of Shasta Lake. Its story started in the late 1930s when the U.S. Bureau of Reclamation announced they were building Shasta Dam. Now, this was a huge federal water project meant to control flooding, power the state, and even send water all the way down to Central Valley. As soon as that announcement was made, workers started pouring into Shasta County. By 1938, thousands of people had arrived. Many of them were coming off big infrastructure projects like Hoover Dam, and they were just hoping for work. They brought their families, parked their trailers, pitched tents, and even slept in their cars. And quickly, 5 separate boom towns sprang up to support them: Project City, Central Valley, Summit Town, Toyin, Pine Grove, and each one played a role in housing, food, schools, entertainment. Toyin School was actually built using donated materials and labor from off-duty dam workers because that's how fast things were moving. The construction of Shasta Dam wasn't just important, it was literally everything. It completely transformed this quiet, rural part of the state into an economic powerhouse during the Great Depression. New roads were built, grocery stores were opened, entire neighborhoods were transformed, and when the dam was finished in 1945, those towns didn't go away. They evolved. Families stayed, businesses kept operating, and eventually timber and manufacturing replaced construction as the primary industries. But by 1970s, things started to slow down. The timber industry declined, public works projects tapered off, and many of the homes originally built as temporary housing began to show their age. Even so, though, the population held strong, and in 1993, with nearly 10,000 residents living across those 5 communities, they voted to come together as one city. And that's when Shasta Lake City officially became what it is today, a full-service municipality with its own government, utilities, and plans for the future. So what is Shasta Lake City like now? Well, in 2025, the population just sits over shy of 10,000 people. I know, it's small. The median age is about 39, the median household income is around 61,000, and it's a small town feel with close-knit roots and a lot of locals who have been here for generations. And the number one thing that draws people to Shasta Lake City today is affordability. The average sales price of homes here is right around $270,000. And because it's outside the city of Redding, it qualifies for USDA financing, so many buyers can actually purchase with 0% down. Shasta Lake owns its own electric utility, and the average residential rate is just over 20 cents per kilowatt hour. That's about 34% lower than the California average, and significantly cheaper than what most Redding residents pay. The average monthly electric bill here is around $157, and in Redding, it's closer to $195. Water rates are flat too, just $2.85 per 100 cubic feet. So not only are homes more affordable, but living here is more affordable too. Now let's talk about lifestyle. What is it actually like to live here? Well, even though it's a smaller city, Shasta Lake has all of your everyday essentials. If you're looking for coffee, Heritage Coffee House is a cozy spot for breakfast and a latte. Farmers Marketplace has all the groceries you need. There's a Rite Aid, gas stations, a walk-in clinic through Shasta Community Health Center, and it's super easy to access I-5 and get to downtown Redding in basically like 10 or 12 minutes. And then there's the lake. Shasta Dam and Shasta Lake are just literally minutes away. So whether it's boating, fishing, hiking, or just soaking up the sun, it's all right in your backyard when you live in Shasta Lake City. There's also a strong sense of community here. Every year, the city hosts the Shasta Jamboree, the Veterans Day Parade, and Friday nights in the park. These events bring people together and keep that hometown spirit alive. Now, let's be real. Shasta Lake City has its challenges too, as most cities do. Because it's a smaller population, the resources as a whole can be a little bit more challenging. For safety, the crime rate compared to some smaller areas is a bit higher, and research shows that it can be more related to property crime versus violent crime. Now, Shasta Lake, like many communities, face challenges with crime, but it's also a city with a strong sense of community and ongoing efforts to enhance safety. Local leaders, law enforcement, and residents are collaborating on prevention programs, accountability measures, and neighborhood improvements. These combined efforts are already helping reduce crime and building a safer environment for families and businesses alike. With continued focus on social connection and support services, Shasta Lake is committed to creating a welcoming, secure community for all. Now, for infrastructure, much of the infrastructure and housing stock dates back to the mid-20th century. So some commercial areas, especially the downtown strip, have vacant buildings and look extremely outdated. There are sidewalks that need work, roads that need attention, and it doesn't always feel as vibrant as other parts of the county. But the city's not ignoring that fact. In fact, they're tackling it head on. The biggest project happening right now is called the Cascade Village. It's a $36.5 million development being built right on Shasta Dam Boulevard, and that's kind of like the main strip of Shasta Lake City. It will include 49 affordable housing units plus 8,000 square feet of commercial space. This is the largest mixed-use project in the city's history, and it's set to open hopefully by fall of 2025. The city is also investing in street safety and walkability through the Complete Streets project. There's money going towards better medians, sidewalks, lighting, and safer routes to school. And thanks to a $2.5 million state grant, Shasta Lake is upgrading parks and playgrounds across the city, which is another big win for families. They also have adopted a brand new general plan to guide growth through 2040. It focuses on affordable housing, environmental stability, wildfire preparedness, and public input. So residents actually have a say in what is coming next. So to sum it up, Shasta Lake was born out of necessity, built in a rush, sustained by hard work, and now it's reimagining what it wants to be. With affordable housing, access to nature, and a city-wide investment in its future, Shasta Lake isn't just surviving, it's building a momentum. So I hope this video gave you some insight into an area that some might overlook. I'll be honest and say we've serviced a lot of people who live in Shasta Lake and truly love life based out of all the positives we talked about, being close to the lake and also close proximity to Redding. Next week, we're actually going to be giving you a tour of one of the most popular neighborhoods out there, which is called Windsor State. So if Shasta Lake has kind of piqued your interest, you're definitely going to want to tune into next week as we break down that entire neighborhood. As always, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and comment below your thoughts on Shasta Lake City. We will catch you next week.